share it in a bunch of groups, even if people see it after.
Okay.
Okay.
It seems to be live on Facebook now.
We're live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another PALCUS webinar. And today we're very excited to be presenting the PALCUS community engagement platform that is set to launch in the next few days. My name is Katherine Soares. I am the vice chair of PALCUS. And with us tonight, we have our host, Angela Simoes, the PALCUS chair, and Joao Francisco, co-founder of AVANCEEprivate. So we hope that you guys get as excited about this platform and new digital realm for PALCUS as we are, because this has been in the works for quite some time. So I'm going to have Angela, our chair, speak to the excitement about this project and initiative for us.
Yeah, thanks, Katherine, and thank you, Joao. Thanks, everybody who's out there watching. I will just say that this is a project that started out as a small idea because we decided we needed a new website. And as we went through the RFP process and really started talking more in depth about what we needed as an organization to grow awareness and make sure that the community was getting the information that they needed about different programs and things like that, it became clear that we needed much more than a website. And that's when Joao and his partner, Julia, stepped in and showed us this platform that has knocked our socks off. And like Katherine said, we hope that you will be as excited about it as we are. It's like Facebook, LinkedIn, and Yelp all in one, and even more, right? And so we're gonna walk you through some screenshots. Joao might even do a real-time demo of the mobile app. But I just want to say thank you to Joao and his team, because they have worked tirelessly for this platform to make it a reality. Oh, I forgot where we have the who made it possible. When we get to who made it possible,
it's literally the
very last slide. Okay,
it's literally
anyway.
the last slide.
But Joao and his team have invested not only time, but incredible amount of resources. And so really without him and his team being dedicated to PALCUS and the mission and, believing in what we're doing, we would have never had this. And so I wanted to make sure that everybody is aware that Joao and his team really have been the force behind this, and we couldn't have done it without them. So without further ado, Joao, let's show them this amazing thing you've put together.
Okay, Angela. So as Angela and Katherine had a chance to mention, so this is a completely new engagement platform, and this is fully tailored for the Portuguese community in the United States. And it's comprised not only of a new website, but also mobile apps that are going to enable our community to have at their fingertips access to information, like very relevant information, and also access to a whole social engagement platform that we have not seen, not only in the Portuguese community, but even in other communities. It's Facebook, LinkedIn, Yelp, and Google all married together. Here we can see some of the pages on this page 3. We can see some screenshots of what it looks like. So the two on the left are the website. So here we can see that the first screenshot is right in the middle. We have a feed, like a regular feed you would see on Facebook, LinkedIn, that's going to show you events that are happening, not only PALCUS events, but also in the Portuguese communities in the US, posts, which can have information about PALCUS or any other relevant information for the Portuguese community. We can have information about Portuguese entities or organizations, and we're going to show you more details a few slides ahead. Information about elected officials, so on and so forth. Because within this platform, you're going to be able to engage also with other members of the platform. They can be members of
That would be the
PALCUS
social
or not.
network, the social network aspect of it,
Exactly.
correct?
So it's the social network aspect of it that you can connect to other users, not only based on common interests, because we have an area which we call the groups, in which, as an example, if like Portuguese in the US, they like wine, going to be a group about wine, and people can connect there and share experience, share information, events about that, or it could be about golf or any other topic that that PALCUS deems important to create groups about that. The two screenshots on the right, they give you these are examples of posts that we can see on the mobile apps. The third from the left, it's regular posts, basically, like you can see on Facebook or LinkedIn. And the rightmost one is events. So the platform supports both on location and virtual events. And basically, to be used by PALCUS, basically the local events is or location events are events that occur physically somewhere. So you're going to have address, you're going to have all the information that's needed. You can register for them, but at the same time, the platform allows within itself to also do live streaming of those events. Okay, so without needing to use Zoom within the platform, we're going to be able, this presentation that we're doing right now, we can do it within the platform. Maybe we can move to the next one.
Yep.
Okay, so here we can see a few more details. So the left screenshot, and looking at the content section, the bar on the left, basically we can look for events based on a calendar. Okay, you can click a day, and then you're going to go to that day and see what events exist on that day. Also, we have a section, and these are just mock-ups, these ones right now. Entities, because within the platform, we have an organization's management system that functions similar to Yelp and Google. So businesses, government organizations like embassies, consulates, or Tourism of Portugal, or you name it, can have their profile here created. And we can bring their attention on the front page of the website. And on, you can also going to be able to see, based on a map, which Portuguese businesses that are part of that directory exist around you. Okay. And that functionality also exists on the app. So when you're on the go in the US, let's say you're visiting a new town, or even if you're the place where you live, you can look for Portuguese businesses or government organizations around you.
I think it's important, Joao, to say that like the mobile app and the web platform are a mirror of each other, right? So
yeah,
there's
it's the same content. It's the same.
Yes. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So depending on what type of device you're using, you'll have the same information. I think we can move to the next slide. Okay. Here, as an example, the leftmost slide shows us the notifications that we've received of things that happen. Here, friend requests, because within the platform, we can connect with people that we already know, or people that we don't know, and we would like to meet within the Portuguese communities. Then we're also, it's also brought to our attention items that could be relevant for us. We can move forward. Okay, so here, basically, this is the mobile version of the website. So it's not the mobile app, but if we visit the website on a mobile device, the website adapts to that. So it's a responsive website.
It sounds like a very small detail, but we are very excited to have a fully responsive website that adapts to devices you can take with you.
Exactly, because this allows for members of our Portuguese community that have not installed the app to have access to the information, and we can bring to their attention, hey, you can download an app either for iOS or Apple devices or for Android, and it's going to be a much better experience than going and using the website. So we can continue. Okay, so here we have some screenshots of the app. So the leftmost screen is the feed, basically like I mentioned before, like the regular LinkedIn or Facebook feed. We have alerts that bring to our attention items that we have to look at or that we should look at. One feature that we're very proud of to have as part of this platform is being able to identify members and friends that are close to us, so geographically. Right now, the setting that we have is people that are closer to about 10 kilometers. It's gonna, so basically here when we see friends nearby and there's like the green circle. So every time that a user, and you see a profile of a user, has a green circle about their profile, around their profile picture, it means that they're within 10 kilometers of where we are. In the future, we're going to be able to change this setting, and if we want 30 kilometers or miles, whatever, we're going to be able to do that. One important thing to mention, actually, that I have not mentioned yet, is this is a phased project. This is a very big project, and right now we're releasing the first. We're going to be releasing the first beta of the platform, and we're going to continue on a weekly basis to release new features that are going to enrich, not only in terms of features, but also fix bugs, because these types of projects, there's always bugs and things that need to be fixed. So it's very exciting for us to be able to release it, show it to the public, get feedback, and continue improving it. The screen in the middle, it's what we see when we click the rightmost button on the button bar on the mobile app, and basically it enables us to select and jump into the different sections of the app. So we're going to have our own e-commerce store within this, where you're going to be able to acquire PALCUS products. We have, as part of the gateway, the directory of elected officials in the United States, entities that I already mentioned. Another module of the platform is the population. So based on the US Census data, we're going to be able to show on maps, and you can also search for how many Portuguese people live in your county or town or state. So this is very relevant information, not only for us as Portuguese in the United States, but also for students, for a professor, like college professors that are interested in this. And it enables us to have quick access to this type of information that typically is not readily available for us.
Yeah, it's harder to look up like on the census website. It's
exactly here very easily. We're going to be able, with the same type of interface that we have for all the other functionality, we're going to be able to consult that data. It's gonna be very exciting, very exciting. The third screen, and this is the rightmost one, this is an example of a personal profile. So as users of the platform, we can create or I say add information in the platform that enables us to create a profile like we have on LinkedIn, personal and professional. And the reason for this is so that we can help the whole community to know each other better, but also this can be used to search someone that might have the skills that you need for your company that you want to hire. So
not only that, Joel, but we get a lot of requests for, I would say the top request is legal help. So is there a lawyer or immigration lawyer that has both experience both here and in Portugal, whether it's property law or immigration law or anything like that? But we do get a lot of requests like that. So this feature will help tremendously because people can just go on and search profiles to find somebody that, like you said, has the skills they're looking for to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm sure that as more and more users come on board, there are going to be new ways to use it that we have not even thought about. Okay, I think we can move on. Okay, so here, from these three screens, the two on the left, which was the interface of how you can see the members that are already on the platform and send connection requests, ask to connect with them. So this is very similar to LinkedIn or Facebook. And then the leftmost one shows your friends. As you can see here, there are already a few with the green circle around. Like I mentioned, this means that this is someone that is within the range that was defined, the geographic range. So this is great because you, in some areas of the United States, there are so few Portuguese that it's a way to help people meet each other.
I just want to clarify, so in case people are a little concerned about like, oh my gosh, this app is tracking my location. It's not that. It's that if you put Fall River, Massachusetts in your profile, it will, and you visit Fall River, it'll show you people in Fall River, right?
Yep.
So
yep.
We're not tracking GPS locations of all of our members.
Well, Angela, we somewhat are. Yes.
Okay.
Somewhat we are. We are
Yes.
Because we have that functionality. But it can be
that's always
totally turned off.
It's always a function you can turn off in your settings.
If you don't want to use it,
right.
you just select that you do not want to share it, and you can always go and turn it on or off. So because this is the only way that we have to really provide a high quality service on that. Right. Okay, the third and rightmost screen, basically it shows us looking at a person's profile that we're friends with, that we have the option to unfriend if we want, like any regular social network. We can move forward. Okay, these are the login screens. So the leftmost one is the splash screen, then the sign up screen. You just need to provide your first name, last name, email, and phone number to sign up. We jumped here, right? You don't need to memorize the password for this. So basically, we use your phone number, and then we send you an SMS code to authenticate yourself, and that's what you need. You don't need to remember a password for this, which is very convenient. It increases the security level. You can move on. Okay, so here are examples of the events module. Basically, the leftmost one is the upcoming events. You also have a tab where you can look at the events that you've registered for. And the past tab is going to show you the events that are already passed. The screenshot in the middle, it shows you the details of an event. So you see the title, type, when it starts, how long it will go on, the maximum capacity, and it also gives you information of how many people are registered and if any of your friends are going, and you can register. So the rightmost screen is an example of like an administrator of the platform will see as managing the event. You can see who's registered, who's on a wait list, and edit or delete the event. Okay, next. Okay. So once again, on the leftmost screen is example of how the events look like. In the middle is the screen where we can see the list of Portuguese organizations that I already talked about. And on the right, and we have the example of the very well-known Portugalian marketplace, where you can see the profile of that business with a description, pictures, locations. You can have more than one location for your business. And I'll show you afterwards with the live demo how this works. Can go on. Now, the elected officials database. So at your fingertips, you're going to be able to browse and search for information about Portuguese Americans that have been elected in the United States. Here, we have the example of Jim Costa. We can get information not only about his personal information, but also about what kind of role he has. And as an example, as he's part of the House of Representatives, he's in some committees. We have that information, and we can continue adding information about new Portuguese Americans that are elected, and basically provide as much information as possible of this. Why is this important? This is important because we would like for the Portuguese community to have a better sense and more information about who represents them. Okay, this is a way to shorten the distance between the community and the people that represents it.
So just a quick word, a sidebar from the PALCUS standpoint of this. This is basically a complete digital reformatting of the labor of love that has been the maintaining of our databases over the course of I don't know how many years, from the list of Portuguese entities and businesses to the list of elected officials. It's now all literally in one place at everyone's fingertips in a searchable fashion where you can apply filters based on geography or states, et cetera, like that. So we're quite happy to leave the Google Docs / Excel realm that we've been living in while compiling these lists and databases and maintaining them over the course of the years.
Right, and also that people can add themselves, right? So if you are a newly elected official, let's say you just got elected to your school board or your city council or any other office, you can add yourself to the database. You can also add your business or any of the other entities, organization that we've shown here. We have done, as Katherine mentioned, extensive research to find as many as we could possibly find, scouring Facebook and the internet, but that by no means is comprehensive. So we know that we've missed some. So if you don't find yourself or your business on the app, you can add yourself.
I think it's important to mention now that not all of these features are going to be available now in the beginning. The
Right.
first version, only PALCUS will have access to add and edit entities and elected officials. And when we're sure and we've been able to guarantee that everything is working fine, and we'll also be able to test the whole workflow of allowing users to add information, have it reviewed, and then publish, only at that time will we make that that feature available. Right. And with this, we're trying to prevent like suddenly being flooded with an overload of information and not being able to have the throughput or finding issues that that can impact the quality of the data.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Okay, next. So the entities, once again, so we're very proud of this, not only us that are creating it, but also PALCUS, because this is the Yelp and Google for the Portuguese community. You're going to be able to search any business that's here, you can add your business, consulates,
Write reviews.
schools.
Write
Sorry?
reviews. Yes, you can write reviews about the
Yes, we're going to be able
businesses.
to write reviews about them. The business owners can claim the pages, and there will be a review process to make sure that they're the right owners of the business, so that they can add information and basically use this to promote their products and services within the Portuguese community. As I mentioned before, you can have multiple locations. You can even add your team, like people that are known within the Portuguese community. You can add their pictures, their names, who they are, because we know that a lot of times it's the person that's in front of the business that is known and makes other members of the community go there.
Yep. Next.
So groups, I mentioned this briefly. So basically with this, it's the same concept as Facebook groups. PALCUS is going to be creating based on different topics. And within these groups, people are going to be discussing different topics. They're going to create events just for those groups. They're going to share content. And it's a great way to get the community engaged, get the community interested, and just subscribing for topics that they care about. Next. This is the population system. This is one that this is a module of the platform that we're still working on in the beginnings because of the delays and having the data from the census and making sure that we come up with the best interfaces and the most straightforward way to use it. So you're going to be able to search for locations, either counties, towns, state, and then have information about the total population of that area, then how many Portuguese live there. We are very excited about this. It's going to help our community have a better sense of how many we are and where we are.
And where we are. Mm-hmm.
Where we are located. The store. PALCUS is going to have several items available, and this is very important for PALCUS because there are only a few channels that or income sources that PALCUS has, and this is one of them. So as soon as it's up and the items are there, they can be
Go buy a
great
t-shirt.
Christmas gifts. They can let's go and support PALCUS this way.
Yes, to Joao's point, we have very few sources of unrestricted funding, which is basically what funds our operations on a daily basis. And so it would be the stores and member dues, but the store definitely is a good opportunity to support us because who doesn't want to run around with a great PALCUS t-shirt? So
yep. So these are examples of on the website how new posts can be created with like the whole workflow of the details of the post, like the title, description, and here I'm looking at the rightmost screen, like adding media to it, either pictures or video. Okay. Next. Yeah, these are the next steps. Basically, the leftmost screen. Oops.
Oops, sorry.
Can we go back? Okay. Basically, we define the audience for that post. It can be just for friends, can be for specific group or groups, or for everyone on the platform. The rightmost screen, basically, it's the preview. After we have edit all the information and define everything, we just can review it and then post. Okay. This is how the entities look on the website. Basically, the leftmost screen, and this is something that we're very proud of, this is based on Google Maps, and based on where you are, it's going to show you what Portuguese businesses exist around you. You can also select elsewhere. Let's say you live in California and you want to look for Portuguese businesses in Florida. You're going to be able to do that, and it's going to show you. here, these cards that appear on the right of the map, let's say with Joey Rosa Drywall, it's going to update automatically based on the businesses that show up on the map that you're seeing. So basically, this is a feature that we're already used to, like on Google or Yelp. So we've implemented it. Here. The rightmost screen is an example for Joey Bats. I think everyone knows, or if does not know, should know Joey Bats and Questa Nata. Yeah, I think we can go on and move on. Okay, this is another view of the entities and organizations, and the rightmost is just looking at the media within an entity. Okay. Okay, these are the responsive designs for mobile. So if we're visiting the website and looking at the entities, this is how we'll see them. So it's not within the app. Let's say we don't have the app installed, we'll see them like this. Okay, so it's very similar to the website, just adapted to the browsing, the way that we browse on a phone. Here, it's on how the groups look like on the website. Like on the left, it's the list of groups. We just click the join button, and we can join the group. On the right is an example of going inside a group and seeing the feed of what's been posted. It could be events, can be regular posts, that sort. So the leftmost screen is if we want to leave the group. So the button to leave the group is within About, and then the About tab, where you can see the description, who the managers for that group is, and then just leave if we want. And if we leave, we can always rejoin. The rightmost, if you come back, the rightmost screen, basically it shows us, this is an example of a group that requires approval. So basically we ask to join, and then one of the managers of the group will have to approve that membership. So this is an example of that.
All right, and just one more thing with the group, that as with other features, at first PALCUS will manage all the groups, but as we work with the app more and it becomes more stable, then other folks will be able to start groups and manage groups. So it won't be completely managed by PALCUS all the time. So, you know, if you have an organization and you'd like to start a group for your organization, you will be able to do that eventually.
And we will be doing like a deduping process, vetting process, so that there's not 15 groups about Portuguese wine, for example.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You know, and this also goes hand in hand with the feature for Portuguese organizations to add their events to the calendar of events, so that this becomes the kind of the source of information to go to if we want to know what's going on within the Portuguese communities in the United States.
Yep.
Angela, we can quickly just go through the live app? Do you need to give me permission to do that?
I think you should be able to share.
Let me see here.
Screen.
Already. Advanced. Portion content from a second camera. Okay, okay, iPhone, iPad. Let me see here. Okay, sorry. On your iPhone. Okay, just bear with me while I screen mirroring. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to connect here. If you want to continue talking about the platform while I do this.
So maybe you want to go over that last, oh no, I guess we would have to show the slide. But something that's super important to note, and I don't think that we've mentioned it at all, is that downloading this app and access to this platform is completely free. So it'll be available starting November 1st in the App Store. And
In Google Play.
And in Google Play, exactly, for Android devices. So anyone and everyone who is Portuguese American or Portuguese
Or loves Portuguese things.
Or
yes.
loves Portuguese things and wants to basically have PALCUS at their fingertips, but PALCUS with all of our resources and all of our compiled knowledge, should be downloading this app. And I think I said it the other day when I was talking about it, which is what we want is for people to have it set in their brain that if they are interested in Portuguese things, if they are Portuguese, if they're interested in PALCUS, that their list of social media should be Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, PALCUS app, right?
Right.
And that if you want to find anything on the PALCUS app, you're likely going to be able to find it, or find someone on the PALCUS app to connect with that will help you find it.
Exactly. All right. So it looks like we're
Yes.
looking at Joao's screen.
Yes, yes, yes. And it's very important, the feature of being able to share content of the platform outside of it. Something that we see in other social networks and other platforms. And I believe this can be used by Portuguese businesses, by the users of the app, to promote our community better and more. Because, as an example, we saw the screens for Portugalia Marketplace. So Portugalia Marketplace will be able to provide people with palcus.org/Portugalia Marketplace URL. And if you click it, it automatically goes to their profile here, either on the web, or if you have the app installed, it will go to the app and it will open the profile. Okay, so this is the live app. This is with dummy data now that we've been using to do tests. So it's just not designs and screenshots, which is what we showed you before. No, the app is working, is here. So we have posts. We have here with all sorts of stuff. As an example here, so Diana posted this content here, Shrimp Association Fundraising for Children. And you see the green circle around her picture. So this means that she's within 10 kilometers of where I am right now. Okay. And as mentioned before, we want our community to use this feature to network more, for people to get to know each other. The feature that I can show here is I'm an admin. So this plus sign, if I click it, it allows me to add a post. I start with the about. Then when I do the basics of the about, I can go to media. So let me do something here. PALCUS.
And this is from the app, so you can add a post both from the app and from the website.
Exactly. So I'll put this is test post. Right now that I put the basic information, I can continue. Next, I can add media. I can define the audience, everyone. I can go to preview. I don't have much here, but I'll just post it. And let me just scroll up. See, already shows up at the top. See, I can go in. I can go edit it. I can add pictures, video. I can make all the changes, and I can also delete.
And you can also check, just like in Facebook, select an audience, right? Whether it's just your connection or if it's a public post, etc.
Like here, audience.
Yeah, absolutely.
It can be everyone. It can be just my friends, or it can be groups. And when I select groups, it shows me the groups that I have permission to post to, basically. So I selected this one, Association of Portuguese Firemen. Let me select another one, New York Moms. Okay. And if I save it, this post is going to show on those groups. Events, let me see how many events we have here. Okay. So basically we have 2 events here that are live, called information. We can look at details, how much here, but we can have the map, we can have description, we can add media here, and so on and so forth. Let me see if this one has more. Okay, this one has more info. So you have the basic information on top, the location with the map, description. You can see participants, who they are, right? And if you have more, you can see the whole list of people that are going. Okay. So I'm registered for an event, so I tapped on the register tab, and we also have past events. So these are events that already took place. Now groups. So I can search, and then I can go to any of the groups, like Association of Portuguese Firemen. Here I am, and if you see now, the post that I created and that I said that the Association of Portuguese Firemen group could have access to it, here it shows, PALCUS webinar. Okay. So we have a regular feed, and any sort of content that's created within the platform, and content, it's events, posts, elected officials. It can be a product on the store, it can be an entity, can be shared. Okay. And they can be shared not only within the platform, but also outside. Okay. Each of them will have a link that will allow us to share with other people, post to social media. And with this is so that we increase the engagement of that the platform allows, and subsequently, the Portuguese community. So in regards to the group, you can see the members, people that are part of this group, and the about. So here, Association of Portuguese Firemen in the US, but we can put a long description here, and then who the managers for the group are. This is important because these will be the people that are going to be approving posts that can kick people out if they don't follow the rules. So basically, this is a way to decentralize the management of the platform and be able for us that are part of the Portuguese community to help it grow and make it grow so that it's not limited by the resources that PALCUS has available. So the members tab, I showed the screenshots before. So here you can see all the members that are registered as part of the platform. If I click here, it sends a request to this person. So these are several of these are test accounts. Then the friends list. Okay, these are the people that already accepted your connection. Now here, the menu, okay, and we're still connecting several of these. Right now we have working, let's say the officials. Let's look at the officials. We already have a few here that we've been testing with. We have David Valadão, Jim Costa, Lori. Let's go to Lori, okay? So we have her picture, we have a cover picture also. Base information, like birth date, political affiliation, biography, Portuguese lineage. We added this. We believe it's important for us to understand how they're connected to the Portuguese community. Sometimes it's several generations. It goes several generations, and it's very valuable. I think and I talked about this personally, to see someone that their Portuguese lineages goes back 3 or 4 generations, and they're very active in supporting the Portuguese causes. So in regards to Laura, we have pictures, office positions, the committees that she's part of, education, offices, okay? She has several offices, and then her social media handle. So if I were to click here, it would take me to her social media. And here on the maps, if I click, it's going to take me to Apple Maps. It's Apple Maps because I'm using an iOS device. If it was an Android, it will take me to Google Maps. So let me see the other one. The video is the same de visualização, as you can see. Go back, the entities, basically the entities database. So we have at this point hundreds of entities here, and as the platform becomes more and more used, we expect for this to grow to the several thousands and to keep growing. Let me open one of these entities here. Let me see if we have the details here. Okay, for this one. So for 28 Barbecue, this is in Boundbrook, New Jersey. Description only has one location, and so this is a test profile. Let me see here. So we have actually an example here, which is Veranda. It's where the Portuguese chef Jorge Mendes is at right now in Manhattan. So description of the restaurant, the location, pictures, team, and social media. So we hope that the community uses this functionality to support more and more Portuguese businesses.
Yep.
Let me just go back. And here we're going to have access. So right now we have not activated here yet. Let's say the nearby. So you come here and you can see just the list of people that are within a certain radius of you. So then the population is going to be here, screen, and we'll have the store, library, and then to join PALCUS. There's still other features that we have not added here that we'll continue adding to the platform that will make it richer and richer in terms of content. Let me show you.
Just a quick time check. We have to end soon. Joao, in
Okay.
about 10 minutes.
So a personal profile. So this is a test. You can have your basic information. You can add pictures. You can have your experience, education, volunteering, and also your social media handles. Yeah, and I think that's it.
That's awesome.
Wonderful.
I am going.
Yeah. So, oh, sorry.
I was gonna take back sharing, Joao, so I can share the
okay.
slide that shows our supporters, the people who made this possible. So, oh, it went all the way back to the end. How about that? So, just before we close out here, again, wanted to recognize the entities that made the funding and building of this platform possible. So AVANCEEprivate, Joao's company, major sponsor here, Governo de Portugal, so the MNE, they were a big supporter of this platform. The government of the Azores, Riso Books, Al Nilam Pharmaceuticals, and Anchor Construction. So without these entities, we would not have been able to make this a reality. That doesn't mean that the support ends here. A platform like this requires maintenance. So there's lots of opportunity for sponsorship of the platform, having your ads on the websites and things like that. Now it won't look like those annoying websites that have ads everywhere at all. But we do ask that if you are interested in sponsoring the platform, please get in touch, because we welcome that, and it will help us to keep it free for the entire community.
Yeah, I think it's very important what you're mentioning, Angela, is that sometimes we don't realize how much it costs just to keep this running. And to keep this running, I'm even just talking about server costs of running a platform like this.
Right.
So, and as you very well mentioned, that advertising and sponsorships are going to be used to keep the platform going as a very valuable resource for the community.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, and we'll reiterate that this is available on November 1st. That's the date that we're targeting. So
it is free.
Yep. It is free. Sorry, I just got another notification that we will keep an eye out on all of our social channels, because there will be QR codes and download links and everything like that, but it will be available for both Apple and Android devices. So we are super excited and can't wait.
To be clear, you do not need to be a PALCUS member to download this
True.
app for free. If you are not a PALCUS member, you should become one, as dues start at $50 a year, which is less than $1 a week. And if you are one, you will be able to maintain your PALCUS membership and pay your dues and keep up with everything that PALCUS is doing, as well as connect with other members of the community that are interested in the same things you're interested in, as well as in the things that PALCUS has been doing. So.
Excellent. Well, thank you, Joao, as always.
Thank you.
Thanks to everybody that was watching. If you have questions, please let us know. But we are excited to launch this puppy very soon.
This is
All right,
revolutionary and innovative. So thanks a lot, everyone, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Have a great rest of your day. Thanks. Bye-bye.